Good afternoon and welcome back to Shir Soul Sound. Today we're here at the Young Israel of Margate, New Jersey, setting up for an intimate indoor concert. Today we're going to teach you how to use effects to sound great. Check it out. So we're here at our performance setup at our position right by the mixer, and I'm going to show you how to use effects to sound great. Now you may already sound great on your own, but if you want to sound better, effects will really make a big difference as you adjust your sound. When I say effects, what am I talking about? Reverb and delay. Now on this mixer here we have the PreSonus 32SC. We have two effects channels. We have a reverb channel and a delay channel. You could actually have up to 4. So I'm going to show you here, if I just hit the FXA button, very simply, it brings up our digital reverb here on the screen. And you could see that we have several parameters here. We have a low pass filter, EQ settings here, the size, the reflection. Today we're going to be talking more about how much reverb to put in your sound and how to use it to your best effect. Here we have the FXA button, and this will convert our faders to FX sends to every channel. Now here we'll start with the guitar. This is my guitar channel. If I turn this reverb off, the guitar sounds like this. Sounds very nice, okay? But as I bring up this reverb, you'll start to hear, gives it a little bit of ambiance. Now, if you want to exaggerate that effect to hear it really clearly, I'll bring it all the way up here. That really makes a big difference in the sound. Now, you may call that too much. I actually think that's a bit too much. So we bring it down to kind of a more moderate level. Now, you could adjust that a little bit up or down as you go. We'll do the same thing with the voice. If I start with the reverb off, and the voice sounds like this. Nine, 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 nine. Good sound, clean sound. But as we bring our reverb up, nine, 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 nine. Now you hear a little bit of ambiance here, and once again, if we bring it all the way up like we did with the guitar, you could really exaggerate that effect. Nine, 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 nine. Now you could hear that effect is probably too much, and you'll bring it down to taste. And when I say to taste, I mean that this really does depend on your taste. Every person will like a different amount of reverb on their voice and a different amount of reverb on their guitar. Now you may think I turned it completely off, but actually, if I turn it completely off, it sounds like this. So you could really hear the difference that it provides, even if it's subtle. A little bit of that reverb, and now with the guitar and the voice together, nine, 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 nine. It's clean, it still has a nice clear sound, but it's got a lot of ambiance and a lot of character to it, which we didn't have previously. Now on this mixer, here on FXB, I have a shorter reverb. So if I click on this one, I have actually a vintage plate reverb that I've loaded here onto the LCD screen. You can see here, you could choose your pre-delay, you could choose your reflection points, your low pass filter. I've already selected my sound. I'm just gonna show you how much of it I wanna dial in. So once again, going back to my FXB, so right now I have none of it. I just have the long reverb, and I'm going to add a little bit of that short reverb. Check 1, 2. That adds kind of a different sound, and you could blend these two together to get a sound that you like. Nine, 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 nine. Now you could see that it's still not too much reverb, but it is a slightly different character than when I had this totally off. Here was just the longer sound. Here you have somewhat of that shorter reverb as well blended together, and you could blend those once again to your taste. The last effect I'll show you here on our mixer is delay, and delay really creates a very cool effect on your voice. Come on in. Here is FXC. I've chosen my delay, and you could see here I chose just a mono delay. You have a choice of the delay time, the feedback, how many repeats you get, a high pass filter and a low pass filter, and the feedback high pass filter and low pass filter. So if I just turn all of my delays off, I haven't shut the reverb off, but as I bring up the delay, check, 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 check. You could really hear how that affects. Now you could take that delay and tap it to the tempo of your song. So my song is like, now if I go to the tap tempo over here, I just assign. If you look at the delay time, as I tap it, that delay time is going to change. Now I'm tapping in the time. Now you can hear that delay is still a bit too much, but at least it's in the time of the song. Now if I could bring it down a bit, check 1, 2, much more subtle, listen. Nine, 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 nine. Now you hear the delay, but it's It's very subtle, it's in the background. Now the blend of these effects is really what creates that great sound. Like I said, you may sound good in the beginning with just a good sounding voice and a good sounding guitar, but these effects take it to the next level. So as I look at my effects here now, FX-A, my long reverb, FX-B, I have my short reverb assigned, and FX-C, I just have a little bit of that delay. You blend these three things together, and what you get is a sound that is really, really beefy, has a lot of character to it, a lot of good quality to it, and just sounds very professional, almost like a studio recording. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Shir Soul Sound, where today we discussed how to use effects to sound great. Try and get a sound for yourself that really is your own character sound, and that helps you to sound your best. Don't forget to leave us a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Leave us a comment below and let us know what you'd like to learn about next, and we'll see you next time. Take care.